Hey guys, welcome to Abnormal Investigations. Glad to have all of you here with me. You're watching this, and I've already had my procedure, and these are videos that I'm setting for to drop while I've had my procedure. That way, y'all have videos to watch. It keeps the algorithm up, and it allows for us to continue to grow like we are. We're growing really fast, guys. So, got a couple of stories out of Kansas. I found this one, guys, and I found that it does meet particulars that I look for in stories that I know that are probably possible cover-ups. We'll say possible. We got a family that says that they recently had a calf that was killed. Neighbors believe a wild animal is doing the killing, and it was blamed on a mountain lion in Kansas. Wildlife biologist Matt Peake's first impressions as a pack of coyotes did this. That was what he went with at first. We don't have any evidence that there's a mountain lion in the area, Peake said. The dog is on the bigger side, and this is a family that lost their dog, not just a calf, but they're saying the dog is on the bigger side of what you would usually see, but if there's a pack, you could see 4 to 6 of them. In fact, sorry about that, I bumped the table. The most likely scenario in this case, Peake said, except the bites were too large to be coyotes. And that's where it started really gaining my interest, is where they were talking about the dog that was killed was too big. Normally a dog that size is not killed by a pack of coyotes. They're saying this dog was a larger sized dog that they normally don't see killed by coyotes. They said coyotes don't like to attack animals that are large enough to hurt them, because they know that if they're hurt, that can eventually be the demise of a coyote. And they say that Pendleton says her dog weighed more than 50 pounds. She's concerned for her children in the neighborhood because of the damage done to her dog. Game wardens guess the size of her dog to be around 65 to 75 pounds. It's a pretty good sized dog. Keep a lookout. This is what she says. I would say for sure watch your pets, but definitely watch your children as well. Law enforcement concurred with her statement. Coyotes are on the move to more Kansas cities. We hear the screams at night that don't even sound like coyotes, but have been reassured it is by Fish and Game. So they're hearing noises at night in Kansas now that they say don't even sound like coyotes. It sound like more like screams. Or one person even said a wild man that would be screaming, but a lot longer and louder. But they've been reassured that these are coyotes. Peake says it is unlikely that they're interested in people. Coyotes would be more territorial toward other canines. Wildlife biologists will continue to investigate. This was a vicious attack, so we will still have a big problem, Pendleton says. We don't expect to end soon, but we are working on a solution with Game and Fish at getting rid of this predator. Notice it went from a pack to of this predator. Now this is a statement, guys. Whenever law enforcement, security, or other people give statements, it's been in my professional opinion, they don't change from a plural to a singular when given a statement. They went from plural to singular. Predator to a pack, or from a pack to a predator. Another attack happened. The family had a Rottweiler in their backyard. They were sleeping. They said like any other night, the dog stayed in the backyard. And all of a sudden, they hear what sounds like the gate beside their house open, and the dog just goes crazy. So they start hearing this massive dog fight in their backyard at nighttime, right? Now, when this happens, you're asleep and you're startled all of a sudden, like, man, there's something fighting my dog. So the husband, he jumps up and he runs to check on the dog. Whenever he runs out there to check on his dog, he's seen his dog floating in their in-ground swimming pool, which he said it was nothing for the dog to jump in the pool. He would swim. He was part of the family. They allowed the dog to swim in the swimming pool. And as he got closer, he said it was kind of dark outside a little bit. Not bad, because they have lights. He says it's under, the pool lights that kind of lit up everything. He said he sees the dog in the pool. As he gets closer to his dog, he notices The water is darker around the dog. And he then runs back up to the porch, he said, turns on the floodlights, and he notices that the dark area around the dog is blood, and the dog's head is removed. The dog has no head. So then, whenever he goes back up, they have what he calls a beverage table near the pool, and he said the dog's head was placed on the beverage table. The tongue and eyes were removed. The gate that goes to the backyard, he said, is a latching handle that requires somebody to grab it. He said spin the lock up, unlatch it, and then open it and then shut it. The gate was opened. And he said the weirdest thing that he also noticed is the dog food that he would feed his dog every night. He said before he'd go to bed, they'd feed him dry food so he would have something to eat and drink during the night. The whole dog food bowl was gone. And it was never found. And he said there wasn't dog food spilled everywhere, like something had got in it and ate it and or whatever. It was like it was picked up and carried off, something walking away eating the dog food, you know. Whatever this was, it done that. Now, Fish and Game are reluctant and say that they don't want to say exactly what this is because they have so many other things that it could be, but they're hopeful to be able to take care of this predator soon. Now, they say they've had numerous calls in Kansas. Now, this is what's funny, and it's kind of weird. Along the Verdigris River area and other creeks in Kansas of similar reports of the same creature killing livestock, mostly dogs, and beheading them. So there you go, guys. Whatever's doing this is mostly killing dogs, and it's taking their heads off for some reason. It's actually beheading them. I don't know. Do you think it's doing it to be sinister, or do you think it's doing it because that's how it fights, or maybe it's grabbing it, pulling its head off? Leave in the comments what you think, guys, what it's doing. Why is it removing the head? Is it to scare the owners? Is that why it set it on the table? But then why did it take the eyes and the tongue? I don't know, guys. Leave in the comments what you think. I hope you enjoyed this one. Be careful if you go outside at night. You never know. These people live in the suburbs. They had neighbors. They had a privacy fence with a latching gate, and it came over it and done this to their dog. So they can be anywhere, guys. It's a weird one. It's scary. It makes you think when you go outside what's going to be waiting on you, you know. Protect your animals too. Take care of your animals. Make sure they have a place to get in. You know, I love animals, and I hate to see them get hurt, and I hope they get whatever's doing this. And they're probably not going to. It'll probably move on like they're saying. It's fall right now. Things, I believe, are moving deeper into the woods. I don't believe they necessarily migrate, but as the leaves fall off, they're going to have to move back further where people aren't, into cover. We got deer season coming up, stuff like that, so they will have to go deeper. And I think that's what, you know, takes them longer to come back up to these houses that are having trouble in the winter rather than in the summer. But anyways, guys, keep your head on a swivel. Let me know why you think they're doing this in the comments. I can't wait to read those. We'll talk to you later, and don't be something's dinner. Appreciate you all watching this, and I'll see you soon.